Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Ponte, and I just want to go ahead and talk to you today about how do we go ahead. We're going to put your lab data in Google Sheets, and how do we do that? And then we throw it into a PowerPoint and make it a nice graph for you to present. Well, it's actually pretty simple, but there's a few things I want to show you that Google Sheets can do first. Let's go ahead and let's imagine that we have a few angles. Let's say I did 10, 20, 30, and then after, let's say I got a few times, right? Now, first thing about Google Sheets, right? It does have an indication about things that are numbers and things that are not numbers. So if we go ahead and if you take a look at this, right, we put 1.2 seconds. Notice it does not move to the right like the others numbers did. It stays here on the left because it actually says, hey, you put an S there, it has to be a letter or some sort of other type of data. Notice when we go ahead and take off the S, it's all the way over there. Okay, so we need to be sure that we're putting our data here and we put the units up here on top, and that way you can go ahead and indicate what the units are easily. Okay, and notice now we have times and we have degrees, but obviously we don't want to graph angles versus times, right? We want velocities. Well, luckily that's easy to do too, right? Velocity per second, right? And we're going to go ahead. What we're going to do is type up a formula. We're going to put equal. That means a formula equals to. Well, we did 1 meter, right? And we can't put meters because notice that changes colors, so that means it's no longer a number. Meter versus whatever is in this column. Bam. Notice it's already calculated all the velocities I need in meters per second. Now, here's the thing, right? I can't really graph this because then it'll graph times in there, and then you notice your data is going to get kind of messy, right? It's going to graph velocity and times and datas and degrees, right? But I don't want times here, right? There's an easy way to deal with this. You see here, right, when you get everything set up, right, you're going to get a few indicators. You can simply just go ahead, and if you want to pass over times, you can just say, hey, take off all the times. Boom. Now we're back, right? And it's taken off all the times. Okay, or you can create a new chart, right, here. So we can just start copy pasting. Control C. Let's see, let's do it down here. Control V, right? Now notice if I do a direct copy paste here, right, Control C and Control V, that won't work. I'm going to have to actually write up another formula here. Luckily, that's pretty easy. We're just going to say, hey, whatever you're reading in this square, you're going to put it in this square, right? And basically, you're going to go ahead. If you take this plus and drag it all the way down, it'll go ahead and keep going down here. We can even add another column here, right? So let's say let's do velocity again, meters per second. And let's say we got some new times, 1.2, 2, then 1.3, or 1.3, here we go. You can go ahead and highlight this entire chart, and this will be good if you had multiple trials. Bam, notice it's already done it. Now here I made a scatter plot. We can actually go ahead and notice there's more series here. You can make it a line chart. You can make a bar graph, whatever you choose, okay? And there's several unique things we can do here. Notice that the title is here, right? But it's not actually a relevant title. So if we go through talks, right, we need to change that. We can put angle versus velocity, meters per second, and then we can delete the rest. And you can do that simply by clicking here, or you can go to where it says setup. You can go to customize, where it says chart axis and titles, right? It'll give you this list here. We have axes, that's good, but we don't have something here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to our vertical axis title, and we're going to say, hey, that's velocity in meters per second, right? Google knows me too well. And there you go. You have velocity here, you have angles here, and we're good to go, right? Notice you have everything you need, right? We got multiple runs, we got multiple trials, we have 2 different graphs. What I'm going to do when I'm done, let me Control Z. What I'm going to do when I'm done, though, if I want to go ahead and get this awesome graph into my PowerPoint, I can go ahead and simply put copy chart. And here's my PowerPoint. I'm going to go to paste, Link chart to spreadsheet, please do that. And the reason why that is because you have the link chart here. But if I happen to do any updates here, for whatever reason, so let's say I go and say, hey, I would make this 1.3, right? Notice my chart has changed, right? But this chart has not, but you can update it. Bam. And notice, right, it will actually have the updated chart. So that means you have everything you need. And Google Sheets makes this very quick and easy. I wish you the best of luck as you go ahead and as you make your own charts for your own presentations. And I will be seeing you when I see you next. All right, guys.